Hi everyone, it's Rena. Welcome to another Mama Elephant video. Welcome to day 4 of introducing new products for the March 2019 release. I am loving this stamp set. It is the Birthday Messages stamps. Also, a die set is also coming out. This is the Sentiment Strips dies. I think these two products work really well together. You can also use those Sentiment Strip dies for any of the other sentiments that you may have in your collection. So I'm looking at my stamp set here and I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to use. I'm also looking at these dies and I'm also gauging which ones I want to use for which stamp that I want to use. I love that there's a lot to choose from, and so I looked at all of the sentiments and I decided on A Million Birthday Wishes Just for You, Have Your Cake and Eat It Too, and Have a Sweet Birthday, because I want to pair it with my Cupcake Wishes stamp set, which has candles that have numbers, and I want to make a bunch of candles that say a million. So I'm so excited, and I really like the stamp set because you can use one sentiment, you can combine them to make your own little message, and you can use it with your other stamp sets. So I think it's really versatile. I just have scratch paper here. I'm taking all the sentiments that I selected. I'll be making 2 cards today using these sentiments, and I really liked using a bunch of them. But it's really up to you and your card design on how many sentiments that you want to place on your card. Really, my style of crafting is if I'm looking at a new stamp set, I'm going to use as much as I can. So I like to jam pack everything. Right now, I am taking my sentiment strip dies and I'm just placing them where I want to cut my sentiments out. And I'm sort of thinking about my card design at the same time and how I want to vary the widths and stuff just to add interest to the card. I'm going to pair the Cupcake Wishes stamp set with this set of sentiments that I've selected, and I'm going to do a purple theme. So we're going back to using my Zigs and Artezas because I haven't touched them in forever. And right now, I am just laying down the color on my acrylic block. I'm using my unfilled water brush, and I'm going to spread that color out on the Bristol Smooth cardstock. I did use the VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp out my images. So this is the card where I was really attracted to that sentiment that said, "A million birthday wishes for you." And I wanted to use the candle numbers that are included in the set because I wasn't able to use these for my first card, and I needed to make sure that I put the correct number of zeros and stuff, but I do like to stamp out extra ones in case I make a mistake. So I'm just using literally one marker for this, and then I'm using like a neutral color for the unicorn. I really wanted to make a purple card. I love purple cards. It is really difficult though to deal with purples. Even with Copics, I can't get it to work. Even with anything, I just think some purples are either they're too blue or they're too red. So I really wanted to use Shaded Lilac because that's the tone of purple that I wanted to use and what matched my image that I just colored. So I'm testing out Wilted Violet and Dusty Concord against this Shaded Violet on a scratch piece of paper off to the side, and it did not work out. So I went back to my craft room and I pulled out this Chip Sapphire, which is my new favorite color in Distress Oxide inks. It is gorgeous. It is like this navy color, but it pairs so well with the Shaded Lilac. So that is the color combination that I ended up with. And I'm really loving how opaque and milky and amazing this looks. So I really loved it. And I really liked that I just did the exercise of using colors that I'm not used to for all these cards that I've made the past 4 days. So we're just blending away here. I'm just blending until I get the desired look that I want. I did want to tone down the Chip Sapphire, so I went over it with the shaded lilac, and I just tried to achieve sort of like an ombre gradient look. And because we're using Bristol Smooth cardstock, if you touch the card, you'll get your little marks there with your fingers. So I'm just covering that up, and I'm just going to keep going until everything is blended and ombreed and really nice. Again, I really loved the Chip Sapphire with the shaded lilac. I think it is so pretty, and I really like the look of the Oxide inks because it kind of has like a powdery, milky sort of consistency, and I really liked it. So let's put this card together. I did cut out the images I colored with the coordinating die set. I'm taking my sentiment strips and I'm laying them down at the bottom at the darkest portion of the blended panel. And I did want to vary the widths of the sentiments just so that there's variation in the card. So the sentiments I selected say 1,000,000 birthday wishes just for you, have your cake and eat it too, have a sweet birthday. And so I was really attracted to that word million. So I wanted to stamp out the number candles that the Cupcake Wishes stamp set had and do 1,000,000 in the candle. So I really liked how that came out. I just had that idea in my head and I just wanted to try it out. And I liked how it came out. So we have my unicorn cupcake here, and then we're going to put the cupcake topper with it, and the cupcake topper says blow it out. So I really liked this card. I really liked just the color gradient too that was achieved on the panel. Now that our card front is done, I'm just going to adhere it to a top folding standard size card base. So I have a second card here to share. I have this image from Birthday Bash that I had, and this was actually my practice piece. I was practicing how to color it, and I ended up liking my practice piece, so I wanted to go ahead and use that. So I've just put some double-sided foam tape, and I'm going to adhere it on that wood grain panel that I cut out. I just used some gray cardstock just to coordinate with the colors that I used on the image. And then the sentiments that I selected were may your happiness multiply, celebrate big, happy birthday, cutie pie. And I like that may your happiness multiply sentiment because it kind of looks like the presents are multiplying. And I like that cutie pie matched with multiply. So that's why I chose those. Again, I tried to vary the widths of the dies that I used to cut out the sentiments, and this is just a super simple card, but I love the sentiments. I love the texture of the wood grain background, and then that card's done, and we're going to go ahead and mount it on a side folding card base. Here's a recap of the cards that we made today. Here is my 1,000,000 birthday wishes card using the birthday messages, sentiments, and cut out with the sentiment strips dies. And I did pair that with the Cupcake Wishes stamps and coordinating dies. Here's my happiness multiply card, and I paired that with the sentiment strips dies as well as the Birthday Bash stamp set. Here's a recap of all of the cards that we made using all of the products from the Mama Elephant March 2019 release. That release drops March 15th. I had so much fun playing with this release, and I really liked how a lot of the products coordinated with each other. I can't wait to use the birthday messages sentiments on all of my other stamp sets. I also really like these big happy birthday dies and the big thank you so much dies. I think there's a lot of techniques you can do with those dies, and I'm really loving the new Ada Zamora set, the Wish Upon a Star. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Happy crafting. Bye, guys.